Today on Local Connection, we're celebrating spring here on Granville Island. Once a prime industrial area, the island has been transformed over the course of the past century into a hub for tourism and the arts.
Join us as we take you on a private tour of Granville Island, where we soak up the sights and sounds of this trendy, happening place.
On today's show,
we help you step out in full style with hot new fashion and jewelry ideas.
I've seen the industry grow from being almost non-existent to really blossoming.
See all this and more right now on Local Connection. Hello and welcome to Local Connection, a show about the people and places that make the Lower Mainland a great location to live in. I'm Sonja Grgar.
And I'm Marnie Mains. We're here at the famous Granville Island Public Market in Vancouver, which is loaded full of fresh, local delicacies.
We're here in front of the Forge and Form gold and silversmithing store. Granville Island is known for its high caliber jewelry and crafts. And Marnie, I have my eye on so many beautiful things in there. Are you just as tempted as I am right now to expand your jewelry collection?
I sure am. I just love handmade jewelry. And our own Stephanie Florian sure knows a thing or two about it, as she had the opportunity to interview a jewelry and fashion designer who combined forces for a special community pop-up shopping event in the heart of Vancouver's shopping district. Let's take a peek at their exciting new designs.
Beauty radiates from within, but some spiritually infused bling and fresh new wardrobe pieces always help a woman feel more beautiful. Tonight we are in Vancouver's fashion district at the showroom of Jacques by JC for a special pop-up shopping event and fashion show featuring award-winning jewelry designer Sonja Picard. Let's shop till we drop.
My baby at the 5 and dime. He looks so good, let him skip the line. Ask for his number, then I give him mine. Cause a girl like me can't waste no time.
The fashion industry, I've been around for 28 years, so I've seen the industry grow from being almost non-existent to really blossoming into what it is today with Main Street, really a focus of the new, younger fashion designers.
Rosemary takes us through this spring's hottest trends.
The palettes are definitely neutral, so we use the desert as the inspiration for this season's color palette. The volumes and shapes are really a combination of close to the body, and then we pair them with voluminous shapes. So fashion is constantly changing. What we like to do is actually have a number of the trends within the collection so that different body types can choose different shapes. I designed for the woman who's super edgy, modern, cool, but also very elegant, modern and urban with a little bit of a rock star edge to them.
I am ready to take on the world in this new, beautiful Jacqueline Connoir power suit. Tell me about this piece you picked out.
Yes, so this is one of our new collection. You're wearing it in black. Here we have it in a neutral color. You'll notice that the lapels are not facing the traditional downward way, but more towards the neckline. This is the new trend in collars and blazers. And this one also accents the waist a little bit with patch pocket here. So yeah.
It feels so comfortable. It's beautiful. Every great outfit needs the perfect accessory or jewel, which is why Sonja Picard has collaborated with an old friend and fashion designer, Rosemary Cuevas.
I met Rosemary, the designer, in high school actually, and throughout the years we've been in this industry for a long time and have crossed paths in various different ways in fashion shows. And I thought this was a really great idea to sort of do a pop-up venue for my clients to come and be introduced to her spring collection and vice versa. So we decided this would be a great opportunity and a way to celebrate women in beauty.
So tell us about your collection. It is inspired by a yogic philosophy. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Basically, I have studied yoga philosophy for 19 years. And I found it such a, the mantras are so meaningful and impactful in my life, and it's sort of like acting as a positive affirmation. The lotus earrings, which are the unfolding of potentiality, and it's being able to adorn yourself in a sensuous way and also carrying that meaning with you for the day.
So tell us about this beautiful art behind you here.
Well, this piece is to Ganesh. He's a remover of obstacles and bestower of success. And I've actually embedded his mantra here, and these pieces are very tactile. And then there's Om Shanti Shanti, which is spiritual peace. Basically, I will go through what is called devotional yoga, which is chanting mantras and taking those mantras and chanting them and layering them into it. So it is a form of yoga.
I came and I shopped too much. My credit card is not going to thank me tomorrow, but I was so inspired by these two designers, Sonja Picard and Jack by JC. Beautiful, beautiful lines. I'm gonna rock this bag all over Vancouver. You better watch out because I'm feeling so positive right now and ready to rock spring fashion. For Local Connection, I'm Stephanie Florian.
Thanks, Stephanie. I don't know about you, Marnie, but that story has just fueled my shopping instincts.
Me too, Sonja. Although, since it's close to lunchtime, I'm thinking about a different kind of purchase. Let's go grab something to eat at one of Granville Island's amazing restaurants.
Okay, sold. Let's go get lunch, and then we'll be back with some more exciting stories on this episode of Local Connection.
After the break, we explore a unique local culture hub.
And we bring you the best from the world of web-based entertainment.
I'm not going to say this was a bad idea, but I think that's a snow troll.
Local Connection will be right back.
I'm Bob Lenarduzzi. 1 in 3 Canadians know someone with Alzheimer's disease, the most common form of dementia. Dementia is not a normal part of aging. Family and friends are impacted and live with the reality of this disease, which to date has no cure. Don't drop the ball on your friends because no one should be alone on the dementia journey. Support the Alzheimer's Society of BC in their search for the causes and cure for dementia.
Welcome back to Local Connection.
Wow, that meal was incredible, wasn't it?
Oh, it was pretty amazing. I'm feeling so full right now, and we're standing exactly at the right spot for fresh gourmet food because restaurants like Edible Canada, right here behind us, are committed to preparing locally sourced ingredients, and establishments such as that form a vital part of the Granville Island community.
Absolutely. Many local Vancouver restaurants are also community hubs. Local Connection's very own Dana Schindel explores just such an establishment, Havana on Commercial Drive, which not only has an amazing patio and delicious Latin-inspired food, but also hosts a variety of local performers and entertainers in their gallery and theater.
We're here on Commercial Drive in Vancouver at Havana, a local hub of arts and culture. If you came for a meal at Havana, you would be satisfied with the Latin-inspired cuisine and funky atmosphere. But what you might not know is you could stay even longer and take in an art show and a theater show all under the same roof. Let's explore it.
Here to tell us more about Havana is General Manager Gina Ness.
We opened in 1996 after the owners had been in Cuba, and they really wanted to bring a piece of old Havana back to Vancouver, and at that same time incorporate a theater and an art gallery and a restaurant all together under one roof with a Havana flavor. I think that this is a perfect spot to go any night. We have an award-winning patio that's open every single day of the year. There's always a great show to watch, and there's local art that's changing all the time. We've got a great menu, a lot of vibrant cocktails, and the foods can't be beat.
The first time I came for a meal at Havana, I could see the art, but I didn't know there was a 60-seat theater behind this red door. Let's go inside.
Overseeing every production is Havana's theater manager of 18 years, Patrick O'Doherty.
In this space, the distance from me to you is how far away the actors are from the audience. And that can allow for just an entirely different experience, and I think more of an emotional connection with the players.
What kind of shows or entertainment happen in this theater?
Anything and everything. We do dramas, we do comedies. The theater is non-juried in that we don't ask that the plays be submitted for review and for acceptance. It's simply you want to put a play on, all right, what are the dates? We find dates and then we put on a show. We can take the room and spin it around and move it around, change the seating. The seating you see right now is not how we usually have the theater space set up. But to accommodate this show and the way they wanted to present it, we were able to, just like I said, move things around, and essentially the entire theater is as a stage.
Before the show, choose your dinner from the locally sourced Latin-inspired menu.
The most popular dishes we have at Havana are definitely going to be the paella. The ropa vieja is another one that's quite popular. And then our tacos menu is also quite extensive, being the chicken and the pulled pork tacos probably taking the popularity.
What's your favorite?
I like the paella. The paella is great. You get a little bit of everything. You get chorizo and seafood and vegetables and rice, so that's probably my favorite.
And don't forget the drinks.
Would you show me how to make a mojito?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're going to start with a 12-ounce glass. Here we got some mint. You want to get a good bushel. We got some crushed ice here, so I'm going to add mine. About that much crushed ice, if you want to do that. We're going to add 1 ounce of lime juice, ½ ounce simple syrup, muddle it up. 2 ounces of white rum, top up with ice. And then finish with soda. Look at this. And you just throw a little lime on both. Ta-da!
Paella?
Thank you.
No problem. And a couple of delicious mojitos. And here's a little bit of local hot sauce.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
This looks delicious. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been great. I look forward to seeing you again on the patio.
Havana is open 7 days a week. I'm Dana Schindel for Local Connection. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dana. We're standing here in front of Performance Works, one of the numerous theaters here on Granville Island. It is also home to many fantastic events throughout the year, such as, for example, the Vancouver International Fringe Festival.
Yes, I've been enjoying the Fringe Festival for many years. It's part of the cool artistic vibe of this place.
Sure is. And you know a little something about another kind of festival, right?
I sure do.
You recently went and visited Canada's premier web festival, where artists, directors, and writers from all around the globe were present. So let's take a look at your story now and find out about the very best in the world of web entertainment.
I'm here at the Vancouver Web Festival, Canada's premier web series festival, celebrating programming specifically made for the internet.
Like I don't know my own strength.
Okay, fine. I'm here at the Vancouver Web Fest with Web Fest founder, Suzette Lacroix. So Suzette, what made you come up with this idea?
Basically, a couple years ago, a friend of mine, Brad Whitlock, and we wrote a pilot called Last Chance Casting, and we tried to sell it to the networks, and they said, well, actually go find a production company. We tried to sell it to a production company. They said, well, love it, but we have our own stuff, and in the meantime, we wanted to keep it alive. So what we ended up doing was bringing back a lot of the cut footage and making it into a 10-episode web series.
I think you want me to defy one of the laws of thermodynamics.
Yes, we don't have a web festival in Canada. I started Googling and searching, nothing in Toronto, nothing in Vancouver. So I came back and I decided, hey, I'm going to do something with this. I asked around for people if they were interested. They were like, yeah, good luck with that. So I just decided I was going to do it, actually.
See? Told you.
That doesn't change the point that you...
I'm here with Spencer Estabrooks, who is a webisode creator, director, and tell me about it.
Yeah, so our web series is called One Hit Die. We're kind of like Lord of the Rings, but we shoot like The Office. So it's the same kind of fantasy genre-based TV show that like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings has, but we shoot it documentary style.
Today, the hunt is over. Finally, I get to murder him and take his loot.
Flank him! Flank him!
Coming!
We'd have like a swish cut and jump into like a direct interview where we break the fourth wall and the characters talk directly to the camera like they're in a documentary.
I'm not going to say this was a bad idea, but I think that's a snow troll. Yeah, that's a snow troll.
And then we jump back in, and this can happen mid-fight, mid-combat. You know, and I think that's what's fun about the just web series generally, and what a web series is because we're not really bound by rules. You know, it's really fun ideas, and oftentimes they're quick, they're short to shoot, and it's fun to do them.
I'm gonna find the acorns and turn them into...
So are you enjoying the festival so far?
Oh, tremendously. I feel really honored and that everybody came out to support us, and we've had such great crowds every day. And the screenings have been going well. Everybody's loving the panels, they're loving the venues, they're loving the birds that we brought in. And yeah, I can't even pick what is the best part because it's all been so great.
Everybody comes together to support each other and create a great opportunity to see stuff that normally you don't necessarily see.
So what have you been in lately? And is this the coolest web festival you've ever been to? It's been so exciting being here at the Vancouver Web Festival with webisode creators, producers, and directors. If you missed it this year, make sure to check it out in 2015. For Local Connection, I'm Marnie Mains.
I don't want to be on the cover of Vanity Fair. Did they use my good side?
Thanks, Marnie. I never realized how much incredible programming was made exclusively for the web.
Me neither. That festival really opened my eyes to what was out there.
Absolutely. But stay tuned because after the break, we'll be back with more from the fabulous Granville Island. After the break, we explore a unique biodiversity museum.
The specimens that we have here. And we visit an amazing Art Expo event.
Local Connection will be right back, so don't go anywhere.
Dear Children's Wish Foundation of Canada, thank you for sending me Rory the Lion. That means I'm going to get my wish, and that makes me really, really happy. Yesterday he was sad, but I told him it's okay, Rory. They'll make 2 more needles until my wish. I will send you pictures from the top of the Rocky Mountains. Love, Emily.
Imagine the difference a wish can make. Click on childrenswish.ca and give today.
Welcome back to Local Connection.
We're here near Granville Island's Falls Creek enjoying this stunning spring day.
We certainly are, and we can hear the birds in the background. As you know, Marnie, I absolutely adore birds, and I'm wondering how many species can be found on the island, do you think?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not an environmental expert, but our next story showcases biodiversity in a very unique way.
Reporter Mike McComb visits the Beaty BioDiversity Museum and explores its unique merger of biology and art.
We are here at the Beaty BioDiversity Museum at the University of British Columbia, perhaps best known for Canada's largest blue whale skeleton. We are here to see the biological diversity of our planet and to discover if biology and art can coexist under the same roof.
This is a collection of collections. Many of the collections here, individual specimens, are over 100 years old. So what you see around, and this, again, this is just the fish portion, represent a collection of plants and animals literally that have spanned over a century.
10 years ago, the collection was in crisis. It was in 6 different locations and needed to be housed in a proper facility. Thanks to many donations, including Ross and Tricia Beaty, the Beaty BioDiversity Museum was built and officially opened in May 2010. Now researchers and the public have access to over 500 exhibits and over 2 million specimens. Hannah, could you explain what these symbols are, please?
Yes, certainly. So before all of these specimens were here under one roof at the Beaty BioDiversity Museum, there were actually 6 collections squirreled away across campus, inaccessible to the public. So what's special about us here is that now all of these collections are available all under one roof, and you can come and visit any of these collections in the one museum. This is one of our display cases that talks about how the specimens are conserved and prepared. So you can see, for example, a number of shells, a turtle, a plant press here, and of course there are also our drawers, which many people forget to open. But for example, if you open this one, you can see how chipmunks might be prepared for research. So we have 5 very cute chipmunks there.
Indeed. Is there a difference between the chipmunks?
You can see here we've provided all of the scientific information, the date that it was collected and the location where it was collected.
Hannah, could you tell us where we are?
Yes, we are in the Discovery Lab area of the Beaty BioDiversity Museum. So this is where you get to get a little bit more close up and hands-on with some of the specimens that we have here. Right now we're featuring the work of 2 researchers here at the Biodiversity Research Center. And it just allows people to take a little bit more time getting to know certain exhibits and taking a little bit of a closer look.
Artist Dana Schindel had the opportunity to create and display his art in this facility.
Presented with this long wall, I felt a row of botanical watercolor paintings
would be a wasted opportunity. I had a story I wanted to tell, and I knew I could tell it if I started with love. As the viewer is introduced to the 26 elements in the collages, it was my wish that they become invested in the delicate aspect of nature through the enjoyment of the extreme detail in the original drawings. When the anthropogenic elements are introduced, they are no less appealing. It is only once you consider the whole progression do you realize what has happened. The result is a clarion call.
As you can see, there is more to diversity in this museum than just biology. Here, the richness of our biological world is a conduit to incredible art.
Thanks, Mike. We're here in front of the crane sculpture, which is one of Granville Island's unique landmarks.
I just love interesting looking art.
Me too, and this area is just brimming with artistic expression. It houses the Emily Carr University of Art and Design, as well as numerous art galleries.
I'm sure you came across a lot of distinctive looking art pieces on your recent visit to Science World, which hosted this year's Art World Expo, featuring everything from sculpture to body painting. Let's take a look at your exciting report.
Today, we're all about the right brain thinking here on Local Connection as we soak up the sights and sounds of the 4th annual Art World Expo here at Science World. The international showcase is circus themed this year and is designed to celebrate all manner of artistry and creativity. What was the inspiration for Art World Expo?
Well, it started 4 years ago. I did a very small show at the Vancouver Aquarium with 23 artists, and it went off so well that 6 months later I decided, well, what's the next biggest venue in Vancouver? And of course, it's this beautiful Science World. And we went 65 artists the first year, and then we've just kept growing every year. Well, we have a number of things that are very unique. We have one of the biggest body painting competitions in BC. We also have red carpet. We do silent auctions. All proceeds benefit Make and Break Arts Foundation. We do fashion shows and music as well. So it really tries to encompass the entire aspect of everything that's art.
Like the heat from a summer day.
People get really excited that I do pet portraits, and they seem to like the color and gestural aspects of my work.
And I understand that you're very interested in environmental issues and environmental practices in art. So can you tell me how that comes through in your work?
Well, actually, this painting here is of a logged area, and I've started doing more surreal paintings with like jellyfish flying in the sky because jellyfish are supposed to thrive in dead zones. So if we keep destroying forests and stuff, it's supposed to be a metaphor for what could potentially happen in the future.
Tell us how you got started with wood carving.
Came to the coast in a kayak in '84 and was just blown away by the place, and I had a Swiss Army knife and lots of time and lots of wood on the beach. And so I just started carving, and I had a very inexpensive lifestyle and just a passion for carving, and have been able to sort of teach myself. I live in a small coastal village, and we're surrounded by nature, and I spend a lot of time on the water kayaking and boating, and you know, the pieces are part of me and part of my home, and that's where the inspiration came from. It's just, I've just always been enthralled with the world around me.
Can you tell us a little bit about what this process involves and what was the inspiration for this lovely creation that Chelsea is wearing today?
So basically I was inspired by the beginning of the century circus, so really with the primary colors, the primary shapes and geometrical things. I did a lot of research with the vintage circus, so I wanted to go with like more old style colors. So to just paint the body, today we had 5 hours.
I have body paint modeled before. I honestly really like it. It's probably my favorite thing to model. It's a bit of a challenge, but I like that, and I just really appreciate the art, and it's really great to be here.
We're here at the Art World Expo. What do you think of it?
I think it's a great thing to be happening in the city.
Many people are actually painting on site, which is something you see so rarely, at least that I've never really seen before. Also the body painting competition and performances going on, there's just so much, it's amazing. Yeah.
We're pretty involved in a different sort of subcultural art scene, and it's interesting to get like sort of the popular view on body painting and artwork.
It definitely brings a lot of people together, and I've made so many connections through this that I never thought that I would. I'm just thrilled at the amount of people that have showed up. It just goes to show that Vancouver really has an eye for art.
Wow, thanks Sonja. What a fascinating event. I'll be sure to check that out next year.
You really should, Marnie. Art World Expo provides no shortage of inspiration, I can tell you that.
Well, we certainly love to inspire our viewers. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Local Connection.
We always welcome your feedback. If there's a story you would like to see, leave us a message on our Facebook site, and be sure to check out our YouTube channel for past shows. For Local Connection, I'm Sonja Grgar.
And I'm Marnie Mains. Thanks for watching. See you next time.